Welcome to this lesson about growth tools inside of ManyChat. So as you can see now, we are inside of the growth tool. So it's a lot of different options inside of the growth tool, but this is mainly the place you get people to get into your messenger bot. So you have different growth tools you can create to attract people into your bot, essentially on Facebook. So as you can see, we already have created two different growth tools. The one maybe you have opted in through is freerealestatebot.com. That's a URL. And then we have a website chat widget, free messenger bot, and that is essentially a pop-up on the page. So you can see the impressions it has, you can see the opt-ins, the conversions, how many have opened it, how many have clicked the link, and so yeah, you have a lot of statistics here as well, so you can see how well your growth tool is doing it, or if you want to optimize it, or maybe create another one or different growth tool. So the way you create a growth tool, you get on top here, you press new growth tool, and then you can name it. We can save testing, for example. And then you have different overlay widgets. All of these options here are essentially pop-ups. So it's going to be a pop-up on a page. Then you have these two embeddable widgets, and then you have these are going to cover or go over the page. So you can, for example, have a button, a box, and different things. And this is for landing pages and Facebook advertising and stuff like that. So let's go through them here. So the first one, you have a bar. So you get into the bar, you have different settings to the bot here. As you can see, the bot is going to look like this, and you can optimize it wherever you want. So I am your widget headline. You can see I am your bot. Or want to get this free PDF. Want to get this free PDF. Or something like that. Click below. So you can you can customize the text if you want to do that, and you can allow hide to bar. You can have different boxes. You can see send me insights or send to messenger. Different options on the box. You can have different background colors. Choose every color you want here. On the text, if you have a different color on your landing page or website or wherever it want to be, or if you just have a favorite color. So you can choose then, let's say we want to have it in black. That's not a good option here. And you can also choose the color on the text itself. So we just want to stick to the black and white here. Then you can have the different options for the button. You can see white here, send to messenger, blue, send to messenger. I would recommend, by the way, having send to messenger. That is the easiest way to get opt-ins as well, instead of send me insights. You can have that as well, but it's much more easier to send to messenger, because people then understand that it's going to be sent to their Facebook Messenger profile, so they will go in and check the message there. And then you can decide when should it display. Immediately, after 30 minutes, or really depends on you. Second has passed, for example, 30 seconds I mean. So for example, if they go into a website and they have been there for 30 seconds, or maybe want to have 10 seconds, they get this pop-up. Want to get this free PDF, click below, and that way you get them into your messenger bot. Same as show widget to the same user again. So for example, if they have clicked it down, or if they haven't done anything yet, you can have it after 3 days or hours that they will show this again. And as well, if they manually clicked away from this pop-up, you can decide if you want to show them this again if they opt into your or if they go to your website or whatever it will be, you can decide if you want to have it to show to them again, even if they have clicked it away manually. And then you can go to submit state here. That is the message they will get once they have clicked send to Messenger here. So you can have that, thank you for reading our thank you message, and you can thank you, check your thank you, or check your message. Yeah, you can do whatever you like here. Or if you want to, you can direct them. Instead of having this thank you message, you can redirect them to a URL. So for example, let's say they opted into your bot. You want them to get directly to a good offer or whatever it will be. Then you can send them directly to a URL here. Just type in the URL. And as well, if you're actually going to use this thank you message, you can have different backgrounds on that one as well, just as the same as mentioned before. And then you can have opt-in actions, and that is really important here, because once people opt into your bar, they actually press send to Messenger. You want them to opt into a sequence here, and as well you want to have a welcome message here as well. So you can choose the sequence you want to have them opt into. So for example, example sequence here. So once they press that, they will get into a sequence, and then you will have created follow-up messages for them to see. And we're going to cover automations later on in this course, but it's really important to have follow-up messages so they actually subscribe to a sequence and get new messages as well, not only subscribe to your bot, but as well to your sequence here. And then you can edit the welcome message. So for example, if you want to edit the opt-in message here, you can edit what it says. For example, welcome, thank you for subscribing, the next post is coming soon, stay tuned. And I'm going to cover later on as well all the different things you can use to create a message inside of ManyChat. So you can name it, different things, test and opt-in message. So that is essentially how you do it. You choose a sequence, you add it here, and then you as well have a setup. So for example, it depends what you're doing, but you can install JavaScript snippet and as well, so you can have it only for desktop, mobile and desktop, and you can preview how it's going to look as well up here. This is desktop version, this is mobile version, and then you can save, have it as a draft or have it active. That's totally up to you. So let's say we want to go to, this is just a bar, so if you want to slide in, this is the exact same thing, but you can see there, it's slided into the page. So it's going to just slide into the page instead of being just a pop-up. So the exact same thing here. You can have the button size, small, large. Want to have an image, you can drop that. Slide in right in the middle, right in top, for example, like that. A lot of different sections from the left, from the right. And as well, the same thing as in the last one I showed you here. So it's exact same thing. You can have it to URL and everything. Opt-in actions, select sequence, choose a message. So it's growth tools are a lot of the same stuff, how you set them up, but the different functions on them. So for example, if you want to do a box instead of sliding there, you have it in the middle. It's the exact same thing. Everything here, you can see here, all the stuff here are just pop-ups. This is a page takeover, so the page will be in the background, but this will cover all the page, for example, instead of just being a pop-up as the other one I explained earlier. Wait a second here. So then you have a button. So this is going to be, for example, on your landing page or on your website. You can have a button here. So instead of, for example, subscribe to email and stuff, you can want to check out this free PDF or whatever it is, and you can install this button on the page itself. So once it press that button, they will go to the bot, for example, or they will at least opt into the bot. And if you want them, you can redirect them to a URL instead, for example, here. The settings are all the same, just the design here. If you want to have it on the button on the side, you have submit stage. You can, as I said, redirect them to a URL, or you can have view it in the messenger once they have opted in here. Add to sequence once they opted in. So this is just to install it on a page. And what's a little bit different here is that you have this code you need to install, for example, on your website. If they press purchase that specific object or get this free code or anything like that, you can have that. Once they press that button, they will automatically subscribe to your sequence. So either you can have them directly go into your Facebook Messenger, or you can direct them to another URL. What you need to do is to insert this text here, or maybe you need JavaScript if that's your option on your web page. So that depends, but that is just a button. And then you can have a box instead, as just like an opt-in box here instead, where you have different stuff. So it's kind of same. Those are kind of same. All the four here are kind of same function, but a little bit different designs. If you want to have a page takeover, bar, slide in, module, or button on box here. So that is those. Let's get out of that one and go back to Growth Tools. So the next ones are, those are only for paid users, those two. But you have, for example, landing page. Then you don't need a landing page provider at all. You can have ManyChat as a landing page provider. So that's a really cool function. That is only, so for example, if you send them to a link, they will get to this white page here with the chance to opt in. So you can write whatever you want here. So you don't need a landing page provider. So you can add images, you can choose size, background, if you want a blue background, that is totally up to you. And then you can have them, once they opted into it, as the same as before. That was a terrible background color. Let's make it white again. There, so you can see a little bit better. So once they opted in, you can see you can customize the thank you response here. You can have it view in Messenger, or you can redirect them automatically to a URL so they will not see this message. But once they have opted in here, send to Messenger, you will maybe send them to a different page that you have decided. So then you just insert the URL, and you can decide if you want it in a new tab or in the current tab. And that is totally up to you. And the same thing here, you can customize the welcome message they will get here in the Growth tool. And I will really recommend them to subscribe them to Sequence as well. You don't have to, but I would recommend, so they can get follow-up messages. And you can have this landing page URL. So this is just URL you're sending people to get to that landing page. So let's say you have, I don't know, but if you want to send some potential leads, you have an email, you want them to check out this free PDF, and then you send them to this landing page inside of ManyChat. And once they opted in there, they opt into your bot, and they will get maybe the free PDF or something sent to your inside of the bot in Facebook Messenger. So that is how that one is working, and you can as well preview it in different devices. So let's say here, it's the same here. If you want a Messenger URL, that just a URL, so you can send people directly to your bot. So once they opt into that URL, they will automatically opt into your bot as well. So that's just much easier. You have the URL here. You send them to that URL, and they will automatically get into Facebook Messenger, not a landing page as I showed you before, but they will automatically open up Facebook Messenger and opt into your bot. So that is like you don't have the step where you have a landing page. You just go directly to the Facebook Messenger, and you want to select them to a sequence as well. And then you have Facebook Ads JSON. That one you're using for Facebook ads. So let's say you have an ad, for example, check it out, or want to know more. Then you can, when they press that button on the actual ad, they will get directly into Facebook Messenger instead of a website or anything else. So the way you do that, you insert this Facebook Ads JSON code into your Facebook Ad Manager. So that's a really cool option, and you have how can you use that, and you have like this Facebook video as well. So you can check that out if you don't understand how you can insert that into your Facebook Business Manager. And then you have this welcome message. So they're going directly from a Facebook ad to ManyChat and Facebook Messenger opt-in instead of a landing page, instead of a website, directly to the bot. So that's really cool. So Messenger ref URL or Messenger Ads JSON are maybe the common ones we have been using a little bit. So we can as well have Facebook comments. So for example, let's say you post on Facebook for everyone who says I'm in or yes or anything like that, they can automatically get a message from your bot and subscribe to your bot. So you can track the comments as well. So you can select a post you want to do this with. You can have, you want them to send in seconds or minute or immediately. You can choose all this. So that is, well, if you want to, for example, have a Facebook post where your audience engage with you and everyone who comments, I'm in, or I want this, or yes, will automatically be sent a message inside of their Facebook Messenger. So you don't need to, for example, automatically go and send every person a new message. For example, if you have something you want them to get a free PDF or whatever it wants to be, or so you can have this message to comments and everything like that. So just read through this. Please note, be careful so you don't abuse Facebook's policy here. That's really important. So you have this different options. Don't send the opt-in message, send to everyone who replies. Send only to users who reply with a keyword. So for example, yes, I want in, or you can send to everyone. I would recommend maybe using the keyword so you don't abuse people who only comment or don't want to opt into your bot. So that one is a really cool one as well. And then you have Facebook Messenger code, and that is kind of the same way Snapchat works. So if they, for example, opt into that image, take a photo, they will automatically opt into your bot. So it's like a QR code for your Messenger bot. You can have that on your website or on your landing page. That's totally up to you. And the same thing, once people opt into that, they will get an opt-in message. And yeah, so you can customize this as well. So this is your code with your logo and your QR code as well. So you can download code image and use it on your website if you want to do that, or if you want to have it as a logo on your Facebook page. That's totally up to you. But it's the option inside of ManyChat to get more subscribers to your bot. And the last one is customer chat. So for example, this is for business pages on Facebook. So if they want to chat with your page or anything like that, they can opt into that one and get, for example, hey, what can we help you with? And then you can have like talk to human if they want to talk to human, or maybe you can have them most common questions answered inside of the bot or anything like that to be able to automatically or automate the customer experience, so you don't need to do everything manually. That's another option inside that. So that's all the growth tools that are inside of ManyChat. Really simple to use, and you can optimize a lot of them as well. So I hope you learned a little bit in this lesson, and there are a lot of ways to get people into your Facebook Messenger bot. So later on we're going to cover how you can give them follow-up messages and everything like that, but this is the way you get people into your Facebook Messenger bot inside of ManyChat. So see you in the next lesson.